So we finished covering all of the 8 states, so now let's just move on to one of the biggest and most populated state in the whole entire USA. Please give a warm welcome to California! California is most notable for the West, and it's basically very notable for one of the most populated and most diverse states in the whole entire USA. California contains many Mexican influences and Asian influences all across, from basically the history of the Pueblo and also the Immigration Act. So welcome to the state of Hollywood's movie production, and also blonde girls basically ordering Starbucks and people smoking freaking weeds all around. Geography time. California is one of the most western states, just like Hawaii, Alaska, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada. It borders on 3 other states: Arizona, Oregon, and Nevada, or Nevada, whatever. And it also touches the Pacific Ocean. It is the third largest state of the United States with a total of 163,696 square miles, just behind Texas and Alaska. California is the most populated state in the whole entire US at about 40 million people currently, with Los Angeles being the biggest and most populated city of California. It's right second behind San Diego, and also Sacramento is the capital of California, and also Los Angeles is actually the second most populated city in the whole entire USA, right behind New York City. The nickname of California is the Golden State, and the motto of California is, I don't know how to pronounce that. It has about 840 miles of coastline through the Pacific Ocean. Religion is predominantly Catholic, and mostly the race is ethnically mostly white, and Hispanic specifically mostly Mexican. I wonder why. And it makes up most of the population across the population. It extends the experience worldwide through the temperature, and it tends to have an average temperature about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or roughly 16 degrees Celsius. It's Democratic with 4.3% of the population employment rate, and also 20.6% of the poverty rate, the highest of all states. Early California history time. Spanish navigator Juan Rodriguez Calibro, or whatever, started to put on a UN to become the first European explorer to sight region in present-day California in 1524 through Native American territory, as they scared all the territory and took their inhabitants without regrets. Spanish then soon took the territory, and regions report from the Spanish exploration, and merchants started to sell crab across North Americans against California. So many Spanish merchants decided to move north to the Californian coast, and they decided to sell some merchandise that they found from all of the colony that explored, and then they decided to sell them to Native American. Not a lot of Native American. So then the Spanish people got mad, and they started to basically become insane, and they basically just convert everyone to Christianity. And then soon, everyone became Christianity. Yeah, happy ending. The Spanish then soon started to convert Christianity into some other countries, and they soon started to go on quests across North America through the sea expedition of Baja California and Junipero, or Junipero. I think people pronounce it a different way. Sarah in the first mission started to go on San Diego Gaspar de Portula or Portela. I think people pronounce it a different way. Set up military in 1770 at Monterey after the colonization started at 1773 with opening of overload supply route. The Spanish settlement started to establish across Arizona and New Mexico. The 21 mission established Sarah through developing California. Christianity started to spread, and farming started to increase in agricultural. First wagon trail settled across the left Missouri toward California. The colony grew, and soon in 1846, the U.S. and California decided to sign a treaty declaring independent states through the Pork Flag Revolt. The secularization was being put by the Spanish-Mexican settler, for where the Mexican settler was being put as an independent county across Spain in 1812. Between 1833 to 1840, many ranches was being preceded by political favorites across Mexican government, across withdrawal Native American were being put down through the diminishment, because the Native Americans shall be all gone due to laws across the Mexican governments. The U.S. declared war on Mexico in July. The U.S. flag was being raised across the Monterey before the California surrender, deciding to surrender across troops under John Cifuentes or whatever, Mexico, and they signed the Treaty of Guadalupe. whatever, to basically see the US on very area. You're about to enter one of the most chaotic moment and most important moment of US history. So let's start with the gold rush. The gold rush is going to be long, so here's the quick summary. So basically Wilson found a nugget by the river near Coloma, and soon more and more people started to gather around. Over 4,000 gold miners started to go by the Hillside River across the East Prospector, across the Isthmus of Panama. People started to arrive at San Francisco through boats and wagons and stuff like that. So more and more people started to arrive, including people from other states like Oregon and stuff like that. The economy of San Francisco highly increased through the economical system. More and more people started to become rich, and the basic buildings started to increase in industry. And soon some people are rich, some people like me are poor. Gold rush has caused the events such as the Compromise of 1850, basically making the peak in 1852. Gold was extracted, slavery issue of California started, practical political party was being fought across California Union through the two states of which will you choose, slavery or not slavery? Will you support the Union or will you support the slavery? The slave and the free across Pacific Ocean started to go across the North Soldier. The Civil War, of course, is currently still taking place, and if you don't know, the Union won. It's no surprise, I talked about it like a billion times already. And after the war ended, the Democratic and Republic started to rest after an end of century of arguments, and soon, labor union resulted in aggregation through labor Constitution of 1879 was being enacted and more. Now it's a U.S. history video about discrimination. Of course, we all know about the discrimination that happened in the South during the Civil War across slavery. But however, California has a different type of discrimination. Instead of discriminating the black, they decide to discriminate the Chinese, because why the heck not? Laws was being passed in the US Congress which kills the presidential veto, but a treaty agreement is being put in China to allow US regulation of Chinese immigrants, causing Chinese immigrants to increase more and more in California. After the Chinese Exclusion Act, Chinese money production and population decreased and depleted. Japan got the Gentleman Act, reform movement, among other effects like the Great Depression, devastated California's economy among parts of other countries. California's major cities like Los Angeles and San Diego has increased in diversity, and more different population diversity and culture has increased, like Mexican from Hispanics to all those Asian population that have come to California, including the ballots that have increased across votes and basic presidential vote thingy. California has started to basically initiate against gay marriages or same-sex marriages, including several lawsuits that were put on Constitution across proposal of this economical and basic economical stuff. Economy and production have increased across California, and California still became one of the most productive states in the whole entire USA. Congratulations! I